to say that the old Phillies are back. Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Phillies Still Vidcast here in Captain Live Saints game between the Philadelphia Phillies and the Arizona Diamondbacks as the Phillies lose 3-2 to the Diamondbacks. Just unacceptable. You are playing the worst team in baseball, and you have this kind of offensive performance? I mean, just flat out embarrassing. Just flat out embarrassing. Now, guys, before we get into it, please subscribe if you haven't done yet. Please notification bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video, and let's get into this. I just can't stand this, right? I mean, this is a terrible way to start off this 6-game road trip. Just terrible, right? I mean, you couldn't have asked for a worse start to this 6-game road trip. It wasn't like we got blown out. I mean, this is a treacherous Arizona Diamondbacks team, and you can only push across 2 runs, one coming from an MVP candidate in Bryce Harper, and then the other one coming on a wild pitch. Just flat out embarrassing, right? And Kyle Gibson, I mean, yeah, he wasn't fantastic last night, but I tell you what, I mean, I'm not going to put this all on him. I mean, he wasn't great last night in any stretch. I mean, he's going against the worst team in baseball, the Arizona Diamondbacks. I expect a little bit more. But this offense, goes like the offense again, has to pick him up sometimes. I mean, come on, where is this offense? And you can just see the jet lag, right? I mean, the jet lag going over to the West Coast. The Phillies do not play well on the West Coast. They're showing the stats of how they do play at Chase Field, which is actually pretty good numbers. Man, this is not a good start to this series, not a good start to this crucial 6-game road trip. I mean, you go to San Diego after this and go face, Fernando Tatis, Manny Machado, all those guys over there, Eric Hosmer. So, I mean, that's not going to be an easy Padres team to face. So you have to take care of business here against this Arizona Diamondbacks team. It's just not good, man. They are just not good. I mean, they're just a disastrous baseball team. They are an inept team. And you can't take advantage of it. Just pathetic, right? So they lose the first game of the series. We pick up the scoring summary. In the top of the 3rd inning, Bryce Harper, after he walked in the first inning, he homers on a deep fly ball to right field. This ball was murdered. Live streaming on Harper Fanatics, right? Go follow in the Instagram link in the description section. So just to the left of the pole. And I kind of was like laughing. I'm like, he sent the ball for a swim. Yes, I understand it didn't go in the pool. I was just trying to be funny. Yeah, I mean, hit it right around that pole. And the funny thing was, I think it was Zach Campbell or somebody, they showed like the pool, and like I think a home run ball went in the pool, and then literally like 10 minutes later, Bryce Harper just hit one right out towards there. Yeah, pretty funny. So Bryce Harper gives the Phillies a 1-0 lead. RBI number 50 on the year. Home run number 22. Another solo shot. So 20 of his home runs this year have been solo shots. So that's pretty interesting, and it just goes to show you that nobody's getting on base for him. And no, this is not all his fault. And there's no question about that. You've heard me say that time and time again. So 1-0 Philadelphia. And pick it up. I'm going to 5th inning. The Diamondbacks tie it as Josh Rojas doubles on each line drive to left field. And Varsho comes around to score, and the Diamondbacks tie it at 1. So at this point, I'm thinking, like, hey, I mean, not a big deal. The offense is a little slow, right? I mean, other than the Harp home run, and we need to get going a little bit. But hey, we're still in this ball game. It's a tie ball game. We got a lot left to play to score some more runs. Not the end of the world. Then in the bottom of the 6th inning, as Josh Van Meter homers on a fly ball to right center field. A 2-run shot also scores Christian Walker, and it's now 3-1 Arizona, right? So the Diamondbacks now take a 3-1 lead. So at this point in the ball game, I'm thinking like, hey, we still got a little bit left to play. I mean, this offense has just been absolutely treacherous, right, for the Phils. But Kyle Gibson, not his best start. And listen, this is a Yankees team. This was a Dodgers team. I mean, like, hey, he had a good start last night. But you have to, kind of measure it based on the team he was facing. And I will talk about this a little bit later. He's facing the Arizona Diamondbacks. I mean, they're an inept team. To be honest, I expect a little bit more. I did. So I'm just going to be completely honest with you all. I expected a little bit more out of Kyle Gibson last night. It wasn't the worst start I've ever seen, right? But I did expect a little bit more. So the Diamondbacks now take a 3-1 lead. It was the 4th home run of the year for Van Meter. Then we pick it up, time in the 9th inning. Phillies are going to get one back on a wild pitch as Brad Miller comes around to score from third. And it's now a 3-2 ball game. So the Phillies got a little bit closer. I was thinking, okay, Travis Kankowski moves up to second. The tying run is at second base. Hopefully you can get something going here. Nope, that's your final. 3-2, your final score as the Phillies drop the opening game of this series to the Diamondbacks. Just terrible, man. Just absolutely terrible. Gene Segura goes hitless at the leadoff spot against his former squad, the Diamondbacks. So he's definitely cooling off. JT Realmuto. I'm so frustrated with him right now. A ball bounced in front of the plate, and he's hacking. The ball bounced in front of the plate. He swings. He's swinging away at a ball that bounced in front of the plate. I mean, just wow, man. Just wow. I mean, what in the world are you doing? You look like a fool up there. You look like a fool. So that was pretty pathetic. Pitch bounces in front of the plate. He's swinging away. JT Realmuto was hacking at a ball that bounces in front of the plate. So that was a filthy pitch, but how in the world do you even do that? Bryce Harper, only one hit was a big one. The solo home run to right field, the towering shot. That ball was a mile high, right? He crushed that ball. Nice pop off the bat, that indoor stadium crackling of the bat, right? You'll have to see it echoes over the ballpark. I'm not a really big fan of the indoor stadiums like Tropicana, Rogers Center, Minute Maid, Chase Field, all the other ones, but I have to say, one thing I do like about the indoor stadium is I love that crack at the bat, right? It just echoes over the ballpark. You gotta go watch this video. Look it up right now. Aaron Judge batting practice. I think it was 2017 in Tropicana Field. That is one of the most crisp sounds coming off of a bat I've ever seen. I mean, that is literally like just so pure. It's just so baseball. The bat hitting the ball, echoes over the ballpark. I love that video. I sometimes just go watch it sometimes. So Bryce Harper, one of the Phillies 2 runs last night, hitting that home run. He also drew a walk. So pretty good night last night at Harper. RBI number 50 on the year. And Didi Gregorius batting cleanup. I mean, this is the kind of thing. And Alex Carr brought up this point, and I kind of like going back at him a little bit. I mean, not in a mean way. I was just kind of giving my take on it too. Rhys Hoskins, right? He was bringing up the point that him not in the lineup is a big reason as to why we're kind of in a skid right now. And yes, it's true. Him not in the lineup is definitely having an impact. But I could see us having a game like this if Rhys Hoskins is in the lineup. I could totally see it. Who else could see it? I could definitely see us having a game like we had last night with Rhys Hoskins in the lineup. Fine. I could totally see it. Didi Gregorius batting cleanup. What do you expect? He only does collect 1 hit, but yeah, Andrew Cutchin continues to just not really be real productive out of the 5-hole, right? I mean, he hit that home run against the Reds on, I believe that was Saturday. Hasn't done much since. Brad Miller continues to get time at first base. He does collect a hit and also scored one of the Phillies runs on that wild pitch. Ronald Torres, right? It was performance last night, right? Album set for the 5th consecutive game, right? So, if you don't want to play defense and you're going to go sit down on the bench, right? I mean, that's the message that Joe Girardi is trying to send. And I think I'm perfectly okay with it because Ronald Torres, other than last night, I mean, you can't really judge off one performance, has been very solid for the Phils. So I think it's fair. You can't say it's not fair because I think it is fair. Ronald Torres says go hitless. Travis Jankowski draws 3 walks last night, ladies and gentlemen. He's flipping out at this guy, like, oh, he's terrible. Just get on base, right? He got on base last night. 3 walks. He went over 1, but 3 walks. That's very, very impressive, right? Just get on base. Just get on base. I was like to see that. And Kyle Gibson didn't get a hit last night, though, right? I mean, I'm just going to laugh about that because you all know that ever since coming over to the NL with the Phils, he got those 2 hits, right? One of them being an RBI single. Duber also got the night off last night, of course, right? But he did come in to pinch it and walk. So, that's pretty much it. That from the offensive side. So I'm sure Bum was upset, right? I mean, going back around tracing, I'm sure he's upset, but I'm sure he understands, right? He did come in and pinch hit later in the ball. And he used to take a look at Kyle Gibson's start last night. 6 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs, all 3 were earned, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts. Listen, if this was an outing that he had against the Los Angeles Dodgers at the bank last week, I think hey, that's a pretty decent start against the Los Angeles Dodgers team. At least in any other, above average squad, hey, those are not treacherous numbers. Is there anything to, write home about? No, it is not. But if you're pitching against this inept and pathetic Arizona Diamondbacks squad, now that's a different story. I expected more. I expected him to have better command. Allowing 7 hits against this Arizona Diamondbacks squad. So I expected more. We got 3 hits last night. 3 hits. And we allowed 7. 3 hits against the worst team in baseball. And I don't mean just the worst team in baseball. It's by a lot. I mean, this is the worst team in baseball, but it's like by a huge margin. Like, they are really, really bad. I mean, the Diamondbacks, Remember they went on that, what was that, a 20-some game losing streak on the road? Remember that? It was like the worst in baseball history. I understand, they're not on the road here, but I mean, that's like, you're playing a team that's that bad. I mean, you got to take advantage, and the Phillies are not taking advantage. They are not taking advantage. And this is a problem. This has been a problem, right? They play great against the teams they're not supposed to be, and then the teams that they're supposed to be, they usually don't play well. Now, you can go back and argue, hey, lost 2 out of 3 from LA, which is a team that they weren't supposed to beat, but usually that's how it goes, right? I mean, you sweep out the Mets and everything. So Kyle Gibson, not the worst start last night, but he's going against the Arizona Diamondbacks, so I'm going to kind of grade that a little bit and think, hey, I mean, I wasn't impressed with him last night. He's going against the Diamondbacks. You have to, kind of load your opinion on his start based on the, opponent he's facing, but I'm disappointed. You get smacked with a loss at 8-5 on the year, so 2 appearances. Notice I say appearances, right? Because he didn't start the last time he pitched against the Los Angeles Dodgers at the bank in Philly. Notice I say appearances. Last 2 appearances, he's got smacked with the loss against 2 NL West squads. And J.D. Hammer came in and pitched the final 2 innings of the ball game, and he was great. Striking out 4, didn't allow a hit. He was solid. So J.D. Hammer continues to be great coming out of Phillies bullpen. Kind of seems like kind of a Ranger Suarez replacement, in my opinion, right? I mean, Ranger Suarez exit this bullpen, moves to the starting rotation to fill that that vacancy. So that's your ball game. The Phillies lose, just pathetic. 3-2 your final. The Braves continue to win, right? They won again yesterday. They are now 2.5 games up. It's better than the Mets, right? The Mets, on the other hand, they are collapsing. How many times is going to say that they're going to collapse? Now 1 under 500 as they lose to the Giants again. They lost on Monday night, right, of course, when I had Oscar and Brett come on. Didn't have time to really talk about that. They did lose that game. They're now 1 game under 500. Just crazy. And the Nationals, they, totally blew out the Blue Jays last night. Where were they against the Braves, Nationals? Come on. Come on, Nationals. So take a look at some of the transactions that went on. I forgot to talk about the Phillies did activate Chase Anderson off of the 10-day IL. He is now back. And then the Phillies, right? I was very surprised with this Sam Coonrad now on a rehab assignment to the Lehigh Valley Diamondbacks, a AAA affiliate. So now he is on a rehab. Vince Velasquez was sent a rehab assignment to the Class A Clearwater Threshers down at our spring training facility. And then Freddie Galvis, right? He was sent also on a rehab assignment to the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs. Hopefully these guys are going to be back soon. Freddie Galvis should be back within, the next couple of days or so, right? Probably maybe not until next week, but it's nice to see these guys kind of getting going, right? We need Freddie Galvis back, as another versatile player. Coming off the bench and getting some playing time. He's going to be in like the Ronald Torreyes role, right? Vince Velasquez, who cares about Vince Velasquez? Sam Coonrad, we need him back in that bullpen, right? We need more depth in that bullpen. That's pretty much it. Not really much else to say. The old Phillies are back. They can't beat this Arizona Diamondbacks team, and you gotta win the next 2 games. If you don't win the next 2 games, I'm already feeling doubtful. Like I said, you're going to lose 2 out of 3 to the Padres. It is inevitable. You have to pray that we don't get swept out this weekend in San Diego. Slam Diego, right? You have to pray that we do not get swept in that series, man. That's going to be a really, really ugly series. If you want my honest opinion, I don't like our odds in that series. So you have to take the next 2 games here. I expected to sweep, and honestly, I'm still disappointed. If we win 2 out of 3, I'm still going to be disappointed. I expected to sweep. Going against this Arizona Diamondback team, if you're a legit playoff contender, you're going to sweep this series. Now, I understand, they're a professional baseball team, even though they're a terrible team. Occasionally a bad team's going to win a game, right? But I'm still, the way they lost this game. Now, this was a fight, and the bullpen just totally blew it. I'm being like, hey, you know what? I'm going to give them pay the offense a pass. But the offense could only collect 3 hits. Seriously, 3 hits. That's the best you could do. That's embarrassing, ladies and gentlemen. That is embarrassing. So, guys, since you watched this video, please subscribe if you haven't done yet. Please hit the notification bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Check out the social media link in the section at Phillies Hot Stove, Instagram, Twitter, Instagram, call or text 267-225-3292. Email me, phillieshatstove@gmail.com. So 9:40, the first pitch tonight. Again, right? Ranger Suarez on the mound, 5-3. They 107 ERA, looking good on more than 5 innings. Castellanos on the mound for Arizona, 0-1 with a 2.30 ERA. You guys, thank you for watching. I'm Luke, and I'll talk to you later. Let's go, Phillies. Disappointing performance last night at the Phillies. I'll see you.